Hey, shalom, shalom, saints. I'm here with my friend and my brother, Prince Dr. Sar Amiel.
Shalom, shalom.
Hey, I'm hanging out with the Prince. He just read something to me. I said, man, we got to get this on tape so the people can hear this. This is off the chain. So set the story back up again with who you met.
Okay, show them the cover.
Okay, the cover is this. This is the book, Without Reservations, Awakening to the Native American Spirituality and the Way of Our Ancestors by Brother Randy. I don't know how you pronounce it.
Randy Krakowski.
Krakowski, okay.
Okay, so Randy is a dear friend of mine. He's a professor. He lives in, him and his wife are professors. They live in Vermont. And I met them when I went down to the Potawatomi, on the Potawatomi reservation. They were doing a food summit last year.
Okay.
And I was invited to the food summit, so I went to the food summit for the express purpose of developing a relationship with the Potawatomi tribe. And the reason being is because a lot of people don't know, they do know that John Baptiste DuSable,
right,
who was the subject of the DuSable Museum, was one of the first non-indigenous Caribbean brothers to come here, and he established what we call Chicago now.
Okay.
But he didn't establish it by himself. He had a wife. And the reason why I was at the Potawatomi tribe is because his wife was Potawatomi and her name was Kitatawa.
Wow, okay.
And so I had spent some time talking to the museum about naming the new wing of the DuSable after her.
Okay.
And bringing her, because she was a sister.
Right.
And bringing her into the sisterhood with Fannie Lou Hamer and all of the other great women of color.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
In the Chicago area and throughout the United States, right?
Right. So
I got a good feeling from everybody. You know, they wanted to do it. The hardest part was the negotiations with the Potawatomi, and that's why I was down. I went a couple of times to the Potawatomi in Michigan.
Okay.
And they own a bunch of casinos and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, Randy is an intellect, and he wrote this book called Without Reservation. And we spent a lot of time talking.
Yeah.
And he asked me a lot of questions about things. And so he sent me the book yesterday, day before yesterday. And it was so profound. He said he wanted me to look at this page.
Yeah.
Page 242 in the book.
Powerful.
And so I just want to read to you what he said in his book, Without Reservation.
What it say?
He said, like many discoveries in this book, this recognition came to me partly through reacquaintance with my own ancestors and partly by wonderfully serendipitous encounters, such as with Prince Dr. Sar Amiel.
Wow.
I met Prince at the Great Lakes Intertribal Food Summit at the Pokagon Reservation. He introduced himself as an African American interested in the Potawatomi. The idea intrigued me as a connection between African American and Native communities. It seemed remote. Then I learned that Prince had lived a tale of diaspora and forced but failed cultural assimilation that was uncannily similar to that of the people of my tribe. His people, the African Hebrew Israelites, immigrated from the United States in 1967, first to Liberia, and several years later to Israel, where they had established the African Hebrew Israelite nation of Jerusalem. It has proved no easy feat being a black Hebrew anywhere in the world.
Woo-wee!
The abstract parallels of minorities caught in history were intriguing, but grew more personal as Prince explained exactly why he was at the Pokagon gathering. While in the United States, he lives in Chicago near the DuSable Museum of African American History. It is named for John Baptiste Point DuSable, 1750 to 1818. A black man of Caribbean descent and the first non-indigenous resident of Chicago, DuSable is considered by many to be the city's founder.
Right.
He married Kitatawa, a Potawatomi woman. Prince was at the Pokagon Food Summit hoping to build on these historical links between Indians and African American communities
Powerful.
to enlist the Pokagon support and lobbying to have a new wing of the DuSable Museum named after Kitatawa.
Wow.
As I soon learned, getting Indians and blacks to work together in Chicago has been a challenge for centuries, despite the founders' obvious affinity for Indians. But I did not know that the Chicago story of mixed race relations between Indians and African Americans was the tip of a continental iceberg.
Wow.
Prince patiently began to walk me through a new perspective on race in America, about which privileged Northeastern white guys like me knew too little. He helped me to explore more deeply the extraordinary role that racism has played in the founding of the United States, the settling of the New World, and in both uniting and separating Indians and African Americans. Like so much of my awakening, this tale developed as an intimate family connection.
Wow.
Once again, I found myself on a spiraling journey, sometimes beautiful and enlightening, and at other times disturbingly and almost unbelievably horrifying. In both instances, I am grateful for a new friend joining in my journey.
Powerful. Powerful.
So I want to close this out because we're going to have to explore it.
Yeah.
I was talking with another pastor yesterday, and I've been having these conversations lately. I said, Pastor, what you need to do is you need to canvass your congregation. Because I said, how many times have you had conversations with some of your members or whatever, or even outside? And they said, well, my great-grandfather was Cherokee.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
my grandmother was Sioux. Or
Got Indian in your family.
Indian in their family.
Yeah.
I said, well, if your great-grandfather was Cherokee, how come you don't introduce yourself as a Cherokee?
Wow. Powerful.
You hear what the Eurocentric world did. They separated us. We were one people. We were
Yes,
living
yes.
together
Yes.
in this land. Everybody didn't come over here on boats
Right.
as slaves.
Right.
There were people here. There were cultures here already.
Right.
So if your family is Cherokee, or if somebody in your family is Sioux, or somebody in your family is Apache,
Wow. Wow.
you know what I'm saying? That's you.
Yeah.
And if you have 1 ounce of what that blood, which you have more than that,
Right.
but if you have 1 ounce, one little tick,
Yeah.
that makes you that.
Right.
And so I'm saying, go back to your families. Talk about your grandmothers and your grandfathers and your ancestors and find out what tribe you all came from.
Right. Right. That's powerful. Me and my cousin, we were going down to Biloxi, Mississippi, and on our way back, we had a conversation, and she was saying that on her father's side, she remembers staying with her grandmother and her and his mother. She flat out said, "I'm a Cherokee." She said her hair was down all the way down underneath her behind, and she said she remembered the dream catcher in the backyard. She sort of thinks she was. I said, "Get out of here!"
Yes.
And we started just talking about it, and she had great recall of memories
This is what
of the
I'm saying.
conversation that's happening.
But everybody else would.
Yes. yes.
Just talk to your family. Go back to your roots.
Yeah.
America did belong to you,
Did belong
but it
to
wasn't called America.
Turtle Island. Well, we're gonna wrap it up with that.
Yeah, we gonna
Some
wrap
for
it
y'all,
up.
some for
It's
y'all
a-
to think about.
It's a great day, Saints. I got the illustrious pastor, my friend and partner,
Yes, sir.
and we're doing this. We're out here on the land.
All right, shalom,
We gotta
shalom.
make it happen.
We're gonna make it happen, man.
All right, shalom, brother.
Shalom.